It is July 18, 2018, and it's time for a Wednesday update. And I went to dock this morning with both horses, and I'm going to start out with the easy one, which happens to be Dooley, and he's the one that had the tendon sheet infection and a bone chip. So we will be doing surgery next Wednesday around 10 o'clock, and I'm off that day, and I will try to get some video of part of that surgery and of course what that bone chip looks like when he takes it out. Today we x-rayed him, and he checked out his tendon sheet. His ankle's still a little bit big. It may always stay that way from the injury that he had from the tendon sheet, or it may go away with more time, so only time will tell. But I really don't think that part's bothered him. I think it's the chip more than anything. Now for the other one, Sumiko. He did x-ray the hocks, and it looks good. There's still a line there where the bone cyst was, and the bone cyst, the best way I know how to explain it, is kind of like an egg shape, and it was hollowed, the bone itself was hollowed out. So we did like the OSPA shot 4 series and 6 weeks in between, and then I've been legging him up, and you'll just have to go in the past videos and it'll tell you a little bit more about what we've done in the past. And he thinks we're pretty good. We're going to go ahead and run him for about 2 months, and then I will come back and he will x-ray that cyst again, and we'll look at it and make sure that it's still filled in, that it's not coming back with that one line. And he may always have that line in his bone. In the meantime, I had him scope him because I've been having a lot of trouble with him breathing. In Oklahoma, we have very, very high humidity, and he explained to me why the humidity is so hard on these horses, or even on people, and how your sweat receptors work and everything. So that's very interesting. But anyways, he scoped him. He wasn't full of mucus, which thank goodness, but he did find out that he has a paralyzed flap, and it's on the left side. I think he's had it well over a year, because I've heard him breathe a little bit raspy off and on, not all the time, and I heard that last year. But last year, whenever he'd gotten sick on me, I thought it was from him being sick, not really necessary from anything else. And we did scope him, but we either missed it or it wasn't completely like that at that time. But he is at a grade 2. Grade 5 is the worst. And so to make a long story short, this horse has also had EPM about 6 or 7 years ago, and he had it really, really bad. I didn't think I'd be able to bring him back as bad as he was. He had no feeling, 3/4 of his body on the back end. Doc had said, with taking everything into consideration, he thinks that EPM has just affected everything in his body pretty much, with his breathing and probably the paralyzed flap. So we got some EPM medicine. We will treat it for 30 days, and we will re-scope him and see if that fixes the flap. The flap is what helps control the air coming in and out. I had one horse in the past that had a flap that was completely paralyzed. They had to go in there and cut it out. So it basically, you just have a hole there where their air can come in and out, and they can breathe. It's not uncommon for horses to get this. There's different reasons why they get this, and we just think one of the reasons that he got this is from EPM. So I pretty much blame an EPM for all the crap I've went through for this poor horse that's went through these last few years. I think what I'm going to do is thought I was staying on top of it, but evidently I'm not staying on top of it enough. And I'm pulling him off his respiratory stuff just so that I can see what actually works. So all he's getting is his medicine, of course his feed and everything, but as far as anything for his respiratory, taking him off. I gotta see what works and what don't. And for sure, if this is really tied into EPM, thank goodness he doesn't think that he does have COPD, not showing the signs of it. I have been told by other vets that he has COPD, but COPD is kind of a catch-all for respiratory problems when they don't really know why or what's causing it. Man, the stuff I've read about COPD, you don't want it for horses.
In 1 mile, turn right onto Highway 266.
I'm sorry, I have my navigation on. I get lost really, really easy. But anyway, COPD, they have put him down. They have a lot of trouble. They can't breathe. It's just not a good thing. And I sure did not want that, even though that's what I've been told. Anyways, and my horse doesn't do very good on steroids. That's one of the things that the vets will tell you to do whenever you put them on antibiotics for a while and then you put them on steroids every day to try to help with the breathing and everything. Well, EPM horses, you can't put them on steroids, and C. Miguel has just never done good on steroids, so it's always
turn right onto Highway 266.
Cycle all the time, and I just feel like I was just going in circles. And anyways, we'll see. We'll see for sure at the end of the 30 days. Now, as far as riding and running and everything,
in 7.3 miles, turn left onto US 62 West.
We can go on with him. I'm just going to try to keep him as cool as possible, and of course I'm treating him for the EPM, and we'll just keep doing it. And there's a barrel race in about 3 weeks that I am planning on going to, and of course I will monitor that for y'all so you can watch, our first run back and everything. So actually I might go next week. I'm off of him for 3 days because he got injected on his hocks, and with him having the hock problems that he's had, and it's been since last year since we injected, he went ahead and injected him just to kind of cover our bases. And but other than that, he's been moving pretty good on it and feels really good. So I'm thinking I might make my first kind of cruise through next Tuesday night if they have it there at Shakota, and of course I'll take y'all along with me. So anyways, I'm telling you, it's quite a day with See Me Go, and now it's a paralyzed flap. But I'm just praying, and I've got to believe that this medicine's going to help it. And I did say a bad word whenever he told me that he had a paralyzed flap because of what I went through with another horse. And oh my gosh, it's like, how much more crap does this horse have to go through? But that's all part of it. And especially when you're dealing with EPM, it just attacks so much on the whole body, especially the nervous system. And you know how nerves run through the whole body. So we'll deal with it. This ain't going to be no biggie. And we're going to be able to roll on, and we'll just see what happens. So gotta hang in there.